Yes, that's it. So, Brian, I'm going to turn it over to you.
All right, what do you have written down here?
Absolutely nothing. I have, right now, it's like, and then Brian goes.
You have. So you missed all this.
Yeah, I know, I just get
All right, well, you have here where you, I found out last night that I was moderating this after I'd had about 5 beers. So, what do you have here? Where you are / your faith perspective. So yeah, okay, yeah, the folks here probably don't know all of us. Why don't we start with you, Gary, and just tell a little bit, you know, what you believe, what you don't believe, where you're at right now.
Okay.
And you give me a coffee glass.
I sometimes jokingly refer to myself as a recovering Catholic because right after high school I studied briefly to be a priest, and I was asked to leave seminary because I kept asking questions that the monsignors would say to me, "We don't ask those sorts of questions. We take the Gospels at their word." And yet at the same time they would tell me, but these sections of the Bible can be interpreted metaphorically. And I thought, it's one or the other. You can interpret everything metaphorically, or you interpret it literally. And ever since then, I have been engaged in a lifelong, I don't want to call it struggle, a lifelong quest, shall we say, to come to grips with what lies at the core of my faith. And I do believe in God. And I do believe that when Jesus Christ walked this earth, that he was put here as the supreme example of what any human being could do with pure, unfiltered, 100% faith. And the one teaching of Jesus that I have always carried with me is, at all costs, be kind to others. Understand their pain. Try to ease others' pain when you can, and if you can't ease it, at least make others aware of it. And that's kind of been a core concern, not only in my life, but in my work as well.
Okay, I'm Lucy Snyder. I guess for the sake of this panel, I'm a second-generation agnostic. My parents both grew up in the Deep South and were both raised in fairly oppressive conservative churches, and when they got to be adults, they were like, no more of that. And so they didn't raise me in the church. They didn't specifically raise me one way or the other. I guess really I'm a soft deist. I like the idea of God. I don't have any real strong faith that God exists, but I would certainly like him or her to. I find religions interesting. You know, I've studied a slight bit of comparative religion, and you know, I enjoy hearing about how other people are reconciling, you know, the script of their religions versus their own experiences and how they integrate that. And I'll go ahead and pass it on.
Well, I guess how I would identify myself would it changes over time. At times I would have said I was agnostic, other times atheist. Humanist probably best encompasses what I believe now. I've recently stumbled across that term. I think at best that best describes where I'm at. I don't accept faith as a valid form of acquiring knowledge. I think you know or you don't know. I think believing is not, it's kind of counter to knowledge. So, but at the same time, I grew up in a very, very Baptist community. My great-grandfather has his name on the church plaque, along with my great-grandmother and my aunts. My mother is, in fact, a Baptist minister. I actually came to this belief, much like many people, through reading the Bible. I read the Bible a lot, and as a child, I came much like Gary, with a lot of questions, and getting the "shut up, he explained" answer didn't satisfy me, and so I started looking for answers, always assuming as I looked that I would come back to difficult at one point because I wanted that proof. Because I was never comfortable with just believing. I wanted that proof. I wanted to actually find some empirical evidence that would convince me that whether it was Christianity, Buddhism, Hinduism, Islam, Judaism, that something was true. And what I found was that most often where you grew up dictated what you believed.
Yeah.
That there was very little difference between why a Hindu believed what he believed and why a Christian believed what he believed, and that if you sat them both in the room, they would be hard-pressed to convince one or the other who was right. And that, to me, called a lot of things in question right off the bat.
I grew up, blue-collar household. My parents were Methodists. My grandparents were Southern Baptists. I was told from a very early age that I was going to hell. You folks, come on in and sit down. I have pretty much always challenged rules and convention in my life, and religion was no different. As soon as I was old enough to start rebelling against it, I did. At times I've been a Christian, I've been an atheist, I've been an occultist, I've been a pagan. I've been just about everything, I guess, that you can be without being born into it. I consider myself pretty well read. I've read the Quran several times, different translations of the Bible, the Kabbalah. I've studied them all, and I use them all in my fiction. I think to be a horror writer, you have to have a good understanding of that. Horror fiction is all about the battle between good and evil. If you don't understand different cultures' views on good and evil, how are you going to write an effective novel? But where I'm at personally right now, I jokingly call myself an agnostic Christian, but that's not far from the truth. I believe there's a higher power, we'll call it God. But much like Gary and Rad, I can't accept, everything that's in the Bible as the Word of God. I don't believe it was divinely inspired. I think it was put in there by man. I guess I probably relate most with Vin Diesel's character in Pitch Black. Anybody see Pitch Black? Raise your hands. Great line, and we'll see if the lightning bolt's going to come down or not. The great line in the movie, Keith David asks Vin Diesel if he believes in God, and he says, "I absolutely believe in God, and I absolutely hate him." And I fluctuate on that. Some days I'm not so mad at him as other days, but that's where I'm at.
That reminds me of a line from a play called The Boys in the Band, where toward the end of the play, one character asks another, "Well, you believe in God, right?" And the character responds, "Yes, I believe in God. And when I die, if it turns out there isn't one, that's okay. But if it turns out there is one, I'm covered." So
That's a good line. How about you?
I'm,
By the way, can everybody hear in the back?
Yeah.
Okay.
I guess I'd be the odd guy out. I believe in God. Although I guess I would describe my faith more as a doubting faith. And by doubting, I mean, I don't have a lot of things that I'm certain about in my faith. I like the posture of always being questioning and always being searching and not being sure that what I believe is right. And I found that, when you're not so sure about stuff, you can actually have these sort of conversations. Because you don't come from a spot of, yeah, I already know the answer, you're the one that's in error. I grew up in church, but I didn't grow up in a church family. My folks sent me to church. They didn't have to go, but they wanted the kids to go. In fact, my spiritual parent is actually here today. Hey, Mark. So basically, while my parents sent me off to church, he actually oversaw a lot of my spiritual development. He also introduced me to comic books and horror fiction and